You know, on TV sometimes you see children sitting cross-legged at a concert or something, or a gig, and they're watching something, and there's that sort of they kind of try and clap along, but the general look of confusion. They don't really know what's happening or what they're listening to, and that look of sort of enthusiastic confusion. That was you, Louie. You are sitting cross-legged on the chair.
I am sitting cross-legged. Okay, if we can play this game, I was looking at you, my friend Nigel Thomas, musician, who's recommended these tunes. You were just playing on your iPad. I don't think you were engaged in that tune either.
I've got my research notes, Louie. I'm fully engaged with it.
Yeah,
I can concentrate on more than one
Tinder,
thing.
Reading your emails. Are you okay? Right. Well, a couple of things came to mind about that.
I mentioned the artist last time you were here, so you know their name. You could actually, if you've retained that information.
I have no idea, but there was more than one art. I mean, talking about like what kids sitting on the floor cross-legged. One thing that was going through my mind was like a children's music class.
Wow, advanced class.
You know, like coming over, right, everyone, children, each pick up an instrument out of the cupboard, okay? And then you're each going to have a turn. And then, okay, now it's your go on the drums. Right, now you on the guitar, give a go.
These are all maestro children, then. The level they'd have to play to do that.
Yeah, but it's not a song, though, is it?
It's not a song. What is it, then? A bowl of soup?
I mean, it
is a song.
A load of, like, random people, like, different instruments in a row.
A lot of different... Yeah, this song contains different instruments, Louie. I can't fault you on that wisdom.
Yeah, but you know the bit when the drums came out, where's the military band come from?
Wasn't that brilliant? And it's presented by a drummer, and this is a drummer that we're talking about here. It's his band, Buddy Rich.
Oh, that
one of the greatest drummers of all time.
Well, better than Phil Collins.
Well,
better than One Armed Bloke from.
I think.
What's the band?
Def Leppard.
Def Leppard, yeah, better than him.
Def Leppard. Well, I'd say, yeah. What a great drummer, and such. You know, he's influenced so many other people musically.
I suppose.
One time he was playing and he had a mini heart attack, but he finished the solo and bowed, and then he went to hospital.
Okay, well that's quite rock and roll.
Have you seen Whiplash?
Yeah, that's am I rushing or am I dragging?
Well,
that was going through my head.
It's kind of very much influenced on him.
I mean,
we'll watch a video. There's one on YouTube called. And it's silly, but this is kind of clickbait, but it's Buddy Holly's Impossible drum solo. And it's just incredible what he does. You can hear a little bit of it in that, but...
Okay, well, you can show that to me later. We'll put a link to it in the show notes.
Yeah.
Here's the main thing I was thinking of. It sounded like the soundtrack to like James Bond, but like a crap sort of James Bond copy, like, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. or something.
Well, it was part of a soundtrack to, it's an album, West Side Story, 1975. That's where it's from.
Boom! I'm not too far off because it didn't sound like a song. It sounded like it was like, the bloke is walking along, maybe, and he's trying to rob the diamond, and now it's.
You could broadly call it jazz, couldn't you?
And now someone's following him. Sorry, talking over you. Go on.
No, it's fine. Oh, you could broadly call it jazz, so it doesn't have to. I think what you're missing is a repetitive pop melody.
Yeah, well, that is what I've been brought up on. Maybe I need to broaden my horizons.
Park life. Oi! Yeah. You're missing a big Sex on Fire chorus.
That sex is on fire. Yeah, I mean, that's what... they're making me think. I need to sort of broaden my musical experience.
It's the kind of thing that you, again, when you listen back to this, you'll hear different things, and it'll become more, because maybe on the first listen it sounds like, there's so much going on, but then you start to recognise repeated motifs and how the instruments play off each other, and it becomes, it's like a very interesting interesting musical stew, I'd say.
I mean, this one and the last one, I can't imagine myself putting on my headphones as I'm like commuting to work or whatever.
You can't even imagine that.
No, I mean...
Go on, try now. Close your eyes.
I wouldn't be able to walk in a straight line, like I'd be like, my feet might be off.
Yeah.
I mean, it did remind... I've listened to a comedy tune that's like that, where they're introducing all the different instruments, but then the funny thing is that like there's about 1 million different instruments. Maybe. I mean, but it was just... Okay. It reminds me of... Go on.
No, I was going to say, apparently when Buddy Rich was dying in hospital, the nurse asked him, "Are you allergic to anything?" And he said, "Yes, country and western music." I think is quite.
And then he had no wonder he had a heart attack. His heart was going. Just what's wrong with that?
Exactly. So that's why I thought you wouldn't like it, Lee. Did you
Well,
hate
were
that
correct.
song? Yeah.
You were correct. What were you looking at over my shoulder there?
There's a moth climbing the wall and it's bugging me. I might have to end its existence.
Briefly, at least you wouldn't have to pull up with some of these crap.
I mean, I could try. I could let it out. Could try and let it out, but if it doesn't play ball, it will have to die. It was attacking. Oh look, I've messed up the mic.
Swiped it.
It's all
That's
happening.
karma,
It's
isn't
all
it?
happening
That is-
here.
I mean,
It's
Dalai
all happening
Lama-
here at Music Natters.
The Dalai Lama would say that is karma. You know, like if you
We'll have to redo the.
one day.
We'll have to redo the trailer just with this section.
Just want to sell. Wonderful podcast. It's as exciting as paint dry.
That'll turn off our listener.
Well,
Right.
she's been a bit poorly recently, so
Who
get
has?
well soon. Our listener, it's,
Catherine.
Catherine from the north.
Oh no.
So get well soon.
Get well soon, Catherine.
Yes,
We're thinking of you.
we are now.
Let's do another song, Louie. Ooh, you're not going to like this one. No, you're not.